Warning, this video contains major spoilers from Cobra Kai and the Karate Kid series. Welcome to the Johnny Lawrence's history. I believe Johnny Lawrence could go back to his Cobra Kai roots in Season 6 Part 3. This is just a theory, let's start. Netflix dropped the second part of Cobra Kai Season 6 on Netflix on November 15th, and fans have been eagerly devouring the 5 episodes, having waited 4 months since the release of Part 1. As the series heads toward its climactic finale in Season 6 Part 3, I have been speculating about the fate of Johnny Lawrence and whether he might return to the Cobra Kai dojo. Johnny, whose journey from antagonist to mentor has captivated viewers, continues to be a central figure in the show's exploration of redemption, rivalry, and growth. Will Johnny reclaim the Cobra Kai name and bring his story full circle? Here's everything we know so far about his potential return and the theories surrounding the finale. Speculation is rife about Johnny Lawrence potentially rejoining Cobra Kai in Season 6, Part 3. Theories arise from leaked set photos showing characters in Cobra Kai's iconic black outfit. These photos, combined with the chaotic events of the Sekai Taikai tournament, including Quan's tragic death, fuel a lot of speculation. Some fans believe John Kreese might step back, allowing Johnny to temporarily use the Cobra Kai name to register Miguel and Tori. This would symbolize a full circle moment for the series. Johnny's journey in Season 6 Part 2 showcases his growth. In his speech to Daniel, he admitted, "I need you too," reconciling past rivalries for the greater good. This moment parallels his acknowledgement of Daniel's victory in The Karate Kid with the line, "You're all right, LaRusso." It highlights Johnny's personal development and the maturity of his relationship with Daniel. Despite lingering competitiveness, their bond now reflects mutual respect. Johnny's redemption arc throughout the series has focused on finding balance between his Cobra Kai roots and Miyagi-Do values. In Season 6 Part 2, he redeemed himself by defeating Terry Silver in a fight that mirrored his earlier loss in Season 4. This victory was achieved through careful strategy and restraint, reflecting lessons learned from Daniel and his students. Such growth could pave the way for Johnny to step into Cobra Kai's leadership in a way that honors both his past and his current principles. As the series approaches its finale, Season 6 Part 3, releasing in February 2025, aims to resolve key rivalries and character arcs. Whether Johnny reclaims Cobra Kai or not, his choices will reflect his transformation from antagonist to mentor. Fans eagerly await how his legacy unfolds. Johnny Lawrence, a fictional character of the Karate Kid media franchise, introduced in The Karate Kid in 1984 as Daniel LaRusso's rival, Johnny briefly returns at the beginning of the sequel, The Karate Kid Part 2, 1986. 32 years later, Johnny Lawrence returns to the television series Cobra Kai from 2018 till present, where he serves as one of the main protagonists. Johnny Lawrence was born on August 20th, 1966. He knew his father for a short while in his life before he left the family for unknown reasons when Johnny was 5 years old. Johnny moved to the upscale neighborhood of Encino, California, after his mother, Laura, married Sid Weinberg, an executive producer for Lorimar Television. A friendless Johnny was often verbally abused by his stepfather, especially after quitting drums, roller skating, and magic lessons. As a result, Johnny would use his Walkman to drown out Sid's heckling. One day in 1979, while riding his bicycle, a 12-year-old Johnny discovered the Cobra Kai dojo and spent the next 5 years learning Tang Soo Do under Sensei John Kreese. Johnny entered the All-Valley Under-18 Karate Tournament for the first time in 1981, but failed to make the finals after losing to the much more experienced Daryl Vidal in the quarterfinals. In 1982, he begins to date Ali Mills, whom he met during a showing of the movie Rocky III. He also began to take his training more seriously and won back-to-back championships in 1982 and 1983. In the summer of 1984, Ali and Johnny broke up after Johnny got drunk while out with his Cobra Kai friends and missed her birthday, leading to a fight. Daniel LaRusso moved to the area a little while later. Johnny mistakenly believed that Ali cheated on him with Daniel, leading the two to develop a rivalry for the next 34 years. Johnny made the All-Valley Finals for a third time in 1984, after easily avenging his defeat in the 1981 tournament over Vidal in the semi-finals, but lost to LaRusso. Despite his 3 appearances and 2 victories in the tournament finals, he never received the fame or recognition that LaRusso enjoyed after his subsequent victories in 1984 and 1985. This, paired with a violent clash with Kreese, led Johnny to abandon Cobra Kai and karate. After leaving Cobra Kai, Johnny became aimless for decades, spending most of his time partying and eventually dated a fellow alcoholic, Shannon Keene. Laura died in 2002, shortly before Johnny's son and oldest child, Robbie Keane, was born in February of that year. Johnny took his mother's death hard, and while grieving went on a drinking binge that caused him to miss his son's birth. After that, Johnny broke up with Shannon and became estranged from Robbie for the next 17 years. In 2017, after spending several years working as a handyman in Reseda, Johnny chanced upon a new neighbor, Miguel Diaz, being targeted by a group of bullies. After Johnny successfully fought off the attackers with his karate skills, Miguel convinces Johnny to reopen the Cobra Kai dojo, which renews his rivalry with LaRusso, now a successful owner of a chain of car dealerships and happily married. After losing ownership of Cobra Kai to an unrepentant Kreese, Johnny formed a new dojo named Eagle Fang Karate and teamed up with Daniel and the Miyagi-Do dojo, eventually leading to them ending their rivalry. Johnny also became romantically involved with Miguel's mother Carmen around this time, conceiving a second child, a half-sibling to both Robbie and Miguel, who became effectively stepbrothers due to Johnny and Carmen's relationship. In The Karate Kid, Johnny Lawrence was the top student of the Cobra Kai dojo and best friends with its strongest members, Bobby Brown, Tommy, Jimmy, and Dutch. Their sensei is John Kreese, a ruthless master of Tang Sudo Karate and a United States Army veteran from the Vietnam War. Johnny is the two-time defending champion of the All-Valley Under-18 Karate Championships tournament in both 1982 and 1983. Before the events of the film, his girlfriend Ali Mills broke up with him after a 2-year relationship. One night at a beach party, Johnny confronts Ali about their breakup and starts getting violent. New Jersey native Daniel LaRusso, who recently moved to the area, tries to stick up for Ali, and Johnny beats him up with his karate skills. Over the next few weeks, Johnny and his Cobra Kai gang harass Daniel in and out of school. At a Halloween dance, Daniel soaks Johnny in the bathroom with a hose while he is rolling a joint, prompting Johnny and the other Cobras to chase him down and beat him until Mr. Miyagi, the maintenance man of Daniel's apartment building, intervenes and defeats Johnny and his gang. The next day, Mr. Miyagi confronts Kreese at the Cobra Kai dojo and proposes that Daniel and Johnny's feud be settled in the upcoming tournament. Kreese agrees, but warns that if they do not attend the tournament, both Daniel and Mr. Miyagi will be declared fair game to Cobra Kai. At the tournament, Johnny quickly advances to the finals, scoring 3 unanswered points against a highly skilled opponent in his semi-final match. When Daniel reaches the semi-finals, Bobby Brown, one of the more compassionate Cobras and the least vicious of Daniel's tormentors, reluctantly, under orders from Kreese, strikes Daniel's knee with an illegal kick, getting himself disqualified while Johnny looks at Kreese in disgust. Before Johnny is declared the victor by default, Ali informs the tournament announcer that Daniel will fight in the final round. During the fight, Daniel gets the upper hand and gives Johnny a bloody nose. Kreese orders Johnny to sweep Daniel's leg, considered unethical because of Daniel's injury. Fearing his sensei, Johnny manages to land an elbow on Daniel's bad leg, receiving a warning from their referee. Upon the restart of the round, Johnny loses the match after Daniel lands a crane kick to his face. Having gained a new respect for his nemesis, Johnny personally gives Daniel the trophy. In Karate Kid 2, Kreese harshly reprimands Johnny for losing to Daniel, breaking his second-place trophy and locking him in a chokehold. The other Cobra Kai students, except for Dutch and Jimmy, plead for Kreese to let go of Johnny until Mr. Miyagi intervenes. Mr. Miyagi dodges Kreese's punches, causing Kreese to injure his hands from breaking 2 car windows. He further humiliates Kreese by mocking Cobra Kai's founding tenets and tweaking his nose after halting a fatal blow deathly close to its target. In Karate Kid 3, John Kreese tells Terry Silver at the beginning of the film that he is closing the dojo, as Johnny Lawrence and his friends left Cobra Kai following the incident that occurred when Kreese assaulted his students. In the Cobra Kai series, Johnny Lawrence is in his 50s. The series picks up 33 years after the first film. Johnny Lawrence is a down-on-his-luck alcoholic loner who is estranged from his now teenage son Robbie, who he had with his ex-girlfriend Shannon Keane when both were younger, spending most of his time eating junk food, drinking beer, and often resorting to bottles of whiskey when depressed. He struggles to make a living as a handyman in the San Fernando Valley, but is fired from this job after getting into an argument with a customer. He appears to be oblivious to most technology released after the 1990s, as he still carries a flip phone and is unfamiliar with the internet and social media platforms such as Facebook. In addition, Johnny cites Iron Eagle as his favorite movie, and others 80s movies like First Blood, Over the Top, Bloodsport, Young Guns 2, Best of the Best and the Rocky Saga, and continues to listen to classic 1980s rock music like Van Halen, Black Sabbath, Twisted Sister, AC/DC, Metallica, and Guns N' Roses. He also is jealous of Daniel, who is now the owner of a successful car dealership, despite showing good sportsmanship to him by handing the trophy during the 1984 All-Valley tournament. Season 6 of Cobra Kai Part 3 is set to see the return of all the main cast members. Fans are now left wondering about the future of the dojos. Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 2 is now streaming on Netflix. Part 3 airs on February 13, 2025. Make sure you subscribe to Tony Skittle and get more Cobra Kai news and updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Strike first, strike hard, no mercy.